I already knew that there was something called price fixing. I didn't know about price gouging. So I learned a new word. So welcome to my world. Welcome to class. So he told me about price gouging. And he explained that this is something people do a lot. Let rain fall now. Just now. The same place you would enter 100 naira to get to. In your very koro eye. They will tell you it's 150. If they are nice. Some others will say 200. 200. If you know they go. Calm down. You know? And I remember in the course of a conversation, he brought an example of what happened during the coronavirus season or era, the pandemic era, where the same nose or face mask that was supposed to be 100 naira, people started selling it for 500 naira. And so that's price gouging, where people escalate the price of goods and services in a crisis situation. And trust me, that is where we are right now. It's a crisis situation, the economic situation of Nigeria. Perhaps we haven't made a declaration saying, oh, a state of emergency on the economy. What does that even mean when we do that? Are we going to send the military to, ensure they move into the markets and bring down the prices of goods and services, or swamp into the bushes, the forests where the bandits are attacking farmers and ensure that they put an end to their menace? I don't know, but I'm sure you get the picture. It is a crisis situation. The price of petrol right now, woo-hoo-hoo. We were complaining when it went to 600. I mean, who knew this day was going to come? 1,000 naira and more, depending on where you go to buy. Some people are still selling at 900 and something, though. At least I saw a filling station selling at that price today. So my question right now would be, should the government determine the price for goods and services? Yes, I understand people source whatever it is they're going to sell themselves, right? And so it is their prerogative to decide how much they're going to sell it. Especially if they're paying rent, whatever the shop is, where they have displayed the goods that they are offering, or where they have positioned themselves to offer you a service. They're paying rent. And so depending on where they are, who knows how much they're going to have to charge you for everything, including aesthetics. But the South Zonal Coordinator of the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, Uchebu Chukwuma, says no, government should not regulate. And it's not about no, government should not, for the sake of it or for talking's sake. He says that would be against the law if the government does that. I was almost tempted to say, how very compliant with the law is our government? Why are we so... I was going to ask him that. But then he says, we have the FCCPCA or FCCPA, that's their act, which does not allow for the government to decide how much things should be sold. He says the demand and supply should determine. But hey, that's what he said. I want to hear from you. What do you think? Right? Is it possible that if all Nigerians are screaming and shouting and really agitating for this, that perhaps the government would now say, you know what? Away with the law. I mean, it's the law for man, not man for the law. We made the law. We can as well scrap it and decide to do this so that we can help our people. Anyway, let's hear from Mr. Uchebu Chukwuma. Right? You heard it earlier, but I just want you to hear it once again. And then I'll open the phone lines and you and I will get to talk. And I'm also looking to see if I can read your messages. There's a lot here. Many messages that I've not touched at all. But let's get back to Mr. Uchebu Chukwuma, what he said about government and deciding or determining the prices for goods and services. So he says no. It's not right. It's not lawful.
The resurrection of price control board. But the coming on stream of people have been clamoring for the resurrection of Price Control Board, but the coming on stream of FCCPA, that is our law, makes it impossible for government to go into determination of price, because it will now be government going against the law. What the law advocates is that the force of demand and supply should determine price, fair price. We'll start looking at what you buy things vis-a-vis what you are selling to see if you are ripping off people. Price fixing, that is price gouging. These are two different things.
All right, and then I've explained already what price gouging is. That's hiking the price or escalating the prices of goods and services in a crisis situation. Price fixing is when two or more people who are involved in a particular kind of trade, right, they come together and decide, you know what, we're increasing the price. Like the bread people, pure water people, water producers association. He said it's not lawful what they're doing, but they're doing it. Now we know. So I think I should get to the part where he actually said something about the price fixing thing. All right. So let's hear the way he said it. He actually said the commission wants to stop the illegal practice of unfair pricing where businesses engage in price fixing and price gouging. And in case you are wondering how come this conversation, it was last Thursday that the FCCPC, their chief executive, came out to say we're giving businesses 1 month only, to ensure they stop exploiting Nigerians with the way they fix prices. Anyway, let's hear what he has to say or had to say about price fixing.
To achieve is reduction of prices of goods and services. But there are things we are doing to achieve it. One of them is meeting that the chief executive called. That meeting has to do with business owners, from supermarket operators, people that sell even spare parts, people that sell everything. People should be conscientious on the prices. Fixing of prices when two or more that are in the same line of business and agreeing to sell something at a particular price is punishable by law.
You know, we've gotten to that point in Nigeria where you hear something is punishable by law or something is not lawful or something is unconstitutional and you're not even moved until you actually stand in front of a judge and he says to be remanded in prison and you find yourself in Kuje. That's when you will know. Anyway, I would like to hear from you though. So we're talking about government and price regulation. So the FCCPC is up on something and they're trying to ensure that Nigerians are not choked beyond the choking that is happening right now. Businesses should be fair as well. So I'm asking, should the government determine the prices of goods and services? If you say yes, why? All right, bring your strong reasons. And if you say no way, okay, I get you, but why not? Right? 0817-923-0002 0817-923-0002 and 0817-923-0007. All right, you can send a message via WhatsApp to 0809-030-6416. And get on Facebook. We're live there. You can as well drop your comments there. Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. All right, I'm seeing a couple of messages. I'll start with this one. Godwin Agwanwo is on Facebook screaming no, because they can decide to wicked the poor Nigerians. All right, I heard you. Also, Francis, who's watching from Amagunze in Enugu State, says the fuel scarcity, high electricity tariff, pump price have triggered the cost or high cost of other commodities. Government should do the needful before talking of price regulations. They're not the ones talking about price regulations. Okay, FCCPC is trying to do something, but I'm sure you get the question. Hello, Mr. Daniel from Imo Gates. Chinke Daniel.
Yes, Chinke Daniel, Imo Gates Oswako. Just like the last message you read, government should do the needful. Like, what is the exchange rate of our naira? That is step one. And a lot of other things skyrocket the prices of things. For ordinary people here, those that import goods from abroad, and again, locally here, from Port Harcourt to Aba, many of the people in Port Harcourt go to Aba to buy their wares. How many checking points are there from Port Harcourt to Aba, very close to you here? government. Stop all those collections by the military, the police, the armed. So they are beating the bush somewhere, whereby some other thing is happening to the ordinary people. Let me repeat it again. They should do the needful.
All right, thank you. Hi, Anthony from Omoko. Please go on.
Hello, good evening, Constance.
Good evening. Go on.
Yes, my little knowledge of economics concerning the pricing of goods and services tells me that the type of economy that is in operation determines the prices of goods and services. By that I mean, if it is a capitalist economy, the force of demand and supply determines the prices. And if it is socialist, it is the government that fixes the price. But in a mixed economy like ours, it is government and private individuals. But in this our case, the government can only determine the price of goods and services. She could use this, for instance, we don't have goods of this petrol and the petrol oil.
Okay, my sincere apologies. I have to go. I've got commercials. Please hold on.
For more talk, news and
All right, welcome back. Like I never left. So we're discussing government and price regulations. And so, should the government determine the prices of goods and services? Do you think this is something we should dabble into? Perhaps it's going to help us. It will help us and save us from those who are hell bent on price gouge, the price fixing, which of course we see every other day, and it's lawful. Let's continue and have it right. See on Wednesday. Wait, Bernard from Port Harcourt said, "Constance Great pays me such a human. Each time I see Nigerians engage price racketeering or gouging in a crisis situation, I've had reasons to ask some commercial bus drivers if the distance increased whenever they charge more fare once it rains. We have our own problem." That's from Bernard. All right, Bernard. Someone here called me Jude.